I'm going to just talk a little bit about the different places that our students come from. We've got students from, business undergrad and computer science undergraduate degrees, or who are coming back from data analyst and data engineering roles within industry. And they come in kind of with this baseline of knowledge that they bring with them. But outside of that, we've had a couple doctors, medical professionals that have come back to school. We've had folks from the School of Architecture. We have fine arts. We have electrical engineering and mathematics. We have history students and geography students that come in, all because they recognize that everything boils down to data, right? And if we can use data and understand how to use that data and how to format and how to derive intelligence and decision making out of it, then we can move forward. Now, what that means with that diverse of a background and portfolio, that means that we don't presuppose any specific knowledge on entry to the program from any of our students, right? During the admissions process, when it goes through the decision-making committees and things like that, we review things like your past experience in certain types of courseworks and things like that to make sure that you at least kind of have the mindset that can succeed in the program and but not any specific experience, not any specific skills. So like if you're saying, hey, look, do I need Python skills before I come in? No, the answer is no. When you get to Python, we will teach you Python, and we will teach it from a perspective that understands that there are people that have Python experience and people that don't have Python experience. If you have SQL experience, great. If you don't, also great. You will learn, right? And we provide the resources to make sure that the folks that come in without those skill sets can accelerate very quickly and be on equal footing with the folks who do. But at the same time, that the folks who do have that experience can very quickly take that to the next level. The tools that we actually teach you in the program, those are there's a ton of them, right? But predominantly, I'll break it down into two groups. The first group is going to be the group of tools that you'll learn in your core courses, so everybody will learn them. And then there's a series of more specialized tools that will really depend on the elective and domain pathway that you take through the program. So on the course side, what we do at the program level is an analysis of the job market, right? So every 6 months or so, give or take, I will pull a data set of about 20,000 minimum job postings in the data sector across the country. On top of that, I'll interview our former students and some of our industry partners to understand what are the top tools that you are looking for, the technology skill sets and things like that. We make sure that those are reflected in our core, right? Because if there's something that pops up in more than 90% of the job postings, like SQL, right, for databases, pops up more than 90% of the time, then it needs to be a core competency of you when you leave the program, and we will make sure that it's in there and it's worked into our curriculum. So things like SQL, right? Things like R or Python, depending on if your pathway through the program, are going to be very big. You'll learn data visualization platforms like Tableau, and you'll have an opportunity for Power BI and things like that. From a data engineering perspective, you could have the opportunity to learn something like SSIS, Azure Data Factory, or something like Talent, right? And so through your core courses, you'll get exposure to what are probably the top 5 to 10 tools. But outside of that, there's this opportunity that you get to take electives, right? And take an applied domain course. And so, for example, you may say you want to be in healthcare. You want to be a healthcare data analyst. And so, great. Do you know what we're going to give you? We're going to give you all of those core tool experiences, but then you're going to be engaging in experiential projects where we're working with healthcare data and electronic medical record systems. And so you'll gain that experience in those particular platforms and that data and its structure so that you understand deeply when you graduate these specific technologies that you're going to need to know in order to secure that job role and really excel in it.